Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara and today we're doing another decluttering and empties video. So how these work is I cover everything that I have decluttered from my collection and that I have finished over the past 2 months. So I put out these videos every other month. I always have some issues with how to structure them because I'm not sure, like, should I start with all of the empties or should I start with all the declutters, or should I just start with makeup and run through my declutters and my empties at the same time? I think I am going to do it that last way today, but I kind of always switch it up. So not a ton of consistency in that regard. And I know that this is not the way that most YouTubers structure their declutters. Most go through their collection every couple of months to half a year to sort of call what they don't want anymore, but I am constantly going through my collection and thinking about what I don't want anymore, what I don't need, and so that is why I regularly declutter items. I don't just go through my collection, I'm always thinking about what I want to get rid of. And then when I've decided that I do want to get rid of something, I put it in this bag and I talk about it in these decluttering and empties videos. So anyways, let's start with makeup. First, I'm going to talk about my products that I finished and then I will move on to my declutters. Unfortunately, I only have 2 products that I finished this month in terms of makeup, and I think that this is a trend that I'm going to continue to see. Over the past 2 years when I was on my no-buy, I was finishing items like left and right. I was doing so well. And it's not that I'm bringing a lot of new things into my collection and so I'm not finishing my old products. It's just that over the last little while I've finished all of the things which were like easy to finish or which were almost finished. So I had a lot of like powders and blushes that were almost done. So I was able to finish those. And now I've moved on to the items that still have a lot of product left. All this to say, I won't have a ton of empties over the next year, I don't think, but I will still be decluttering, and I know that people are generally more interested in decluttering than empties, so hopefully that is still entertaining. But anyways, these are 2 items from my project pan that I finished, and I think I talked about these in my last project pan video, but I'm actually not sure. I took a long break from filming because things were super busy, and so I pre-filmed a bunch of content. So anyways, I don't remember if I talked about these in my last project pan video or if they will go in my next project pan video. But let's start with this one. This is an eyebrow gel. I think this was from Revlon, but everything sort of faded off of there, and this was fine. I didn't love it, and also Revlon is not cruelty free, so I would not repurchase this. I'm currently on my last eyebrow gel. So yeah, I'm just glad to get that out of my collection, although that is not a category where, you know, I have a ton of stuff that I want to get rid of, but it's fine. I use that product every day, so it makes sense that I finished it. This is the CoverGirl Exact Eyelights eyeliner. Super happy to have finished this as well because this is among the oldest things in my collection. I'd had it for a really long time, but it held up pretty well. Like, the consistency was the same. It didn't smell, it didn't perform any differently. I really like brown eyeliners, but this was not the precise brown that I think I like best. So it was fine. I managed to make it through, and now I move on to other eyeliners because eyeliners is one category where I do have a lot more stuff than I need. So those were the only 2 makeup empties, but on the other hand, my declutters, I'm really happy about some of these, and some of them are pretty long awaited. I've actually been using Instagram a lot lately to kind of try out products, trial things, and hear from you guys. So if you are interested in following my makeup Instagram, I will link it down below. But I sort of did like a couple of little get ready with me's recently, or showed how products performed. This is one of them. This is actually another Project Pan item, but Project Pan those eyeshadows, not my regular Project Pan. This is the Color Tattoo Metal by Eye Studio eyeshadow in Gold Rush by Maybelline. Beautiful color, I do not deny that, but it doesn't perform well. I have had to repress it because it wasn't performing well, and it's still not really performing well. So I'm glad that I got some more use out of this year because it was in my pan those eyeshadows, because I had it neglected in my collection for so long. So glad that I finally got use out of it, but I wish that use had been back when I had just purchased it, because I'm sure the formula would have been much better then. Now it's just simply not performing. And another product that is long awaited, this is the Revlon Color Stay 2-in-1 Angled Kajal Liner. I just thought that this would be more green than it was. It's really more of a gray/blue. So I will swatch that for you there. There it is. So I had hoped that this would be close to my eye color to sort of really enhance it and make it pop, but it's not at all, and it just makes my eye color look worse. On the other side, there is this little brush, which I guess you're supposed to use to blend things out. This is not the kind of brush that I would use if, like, as an eyeliner brush. So don't really understand that. I will see if I can pass this on to someone. I will just like sort of cut off a little bit of the top so that they wouldn't use the part that I've already used. Yeah, but that one's too bad, but I am happy that I finally decided to get rid of it. A couple other things that are completely brand new that I never got use out of, but I know it's best for me to just get rid of these and pass them on while they are new. This is from CoverGirl. You can see that this came off, so that shows that it's pretty old. Like the stickiness, I guess, just wore off. This is an eyeliner in the color Smoke, and I can just tell that like any kind of blue or gray I don't like. I only want black or brown on my eyes. So, oh, and this is from Dollarama too. Regrets. This is what happens when things are on sale. So I'm going to try to pass that on to someone else as well. Hopefully it is still good. Another eye product. This is the NYC City Curls Curling Mascara in Extreme Black. This is not waterproof, but I think I got this because my friend Emily really recommended it. She really liked it. Unfortunately, Emily and I do not have at all the same kind of eyelashes, so I don't know why I took that as a suggestion. Like, there's another one that I bought as well, another Maybelline mascara, which I bought as well, and I also really did not like that. So I'm just gonna assume that I'm not gonna like this, and I'm gonna pass it on while it is still new. I don't know if they still make this anymore, because I've had it a while. Some of these things I actually found at my parents' place in my room. I had this dresser that was like full of my makeup. Well, some of the drawers were full of my makeup, and one drawer was just stuff that I had never touched. So if I liked a product, it would go on top of the dresser. If I didn't, it would be relegated to that first dresser drawer. And there's still a lot of stuff in there that I haven't gotten around to sorting through, but slowly this past couple of years, I have been working through that drawer and trying to declutter items. So it looks a lot better than it used to. I'll see if I can show a picture of what it looked like before versus what it looks like now. So we're making progress, but there was just so much in there. Two other items that were in there. These are from Wet n Wild. These are the Silk Finish lipsticks in Dark Wine. So this color here is actually very pretty, but I do have a number of other dark colored lipsticks like this one that I'm wearing today. So I don't need another. Like, I have at least two colors like this. I don't need any more than that. Like, I love dark lipstick, but I just don't wear it that much. So I might as well pass that on to someone else. And this is in the color Breeze Brise? That's the French translation. Breeze. Just not a color that I would ever like. Kind of like a champagne-y pink color. I just know that I wouldn't like this. So hopefully I can get rid of that. This next one is an unfortunate buns trade. So basically what happened was I had this trade lined up for buns. I was pretty excited about it because it was a ColourPop shadow that was kind of unlike anything else I had, and she said it was brand new. Like, she showed me the packaging. God, it's so hard to get out of this thing. And I don't doubt that it was brand new, because when I pull it out, the neck there is completely clean. But when I pulled it out to try it, the doe foot applicator popped off. So I think this was new in a sense that she hadn't used it, but she had had it a long time, which is the same situation for some things that I declutter. Generally, when something is pretty old, though, I give it away. There's a Facebook Buy Nothing group rather than trading for it, because I just don't think it has as much value, and I feel bad if it's not a great product. Anyways, let me show you what the color is, because I can sort of dig this thing around in there and get it out. So it is a beautiful color. It's kind of hard to get product on there. Unlike anything else I have, and I actually was able to wear it one day, so I will show you what it looks like. I will insert a little picture or video here, but I just don't really feel comfortable using it if it's that old that came off, and also it's really hard to get out. Like, you know, this doesn't really work as an applicator. So I used it that one time and I'm like, okay, like I should probably get rid of this. So that was too bad, but that's actually the only bad buns trade for makeup that I've had. So still pretty good odds. It's not deterring me from trading for makeup on buns. And in fact, I think I got something else recently from buns. I can't even remember what it was. So yeah, that is something that I'm decluttering. Unfortunately, didn't even have the chance to use it. Okay, those are all of the makeup products that are empties and declutters this month. And now let's move on to skincare. I do also have some body care and hair care this month, so pretty broad across the board. Two products from The Ordinary. So one is a sunscreen. This is the Mineral UV Filters SPF with antioxidants. I know SPF 15 isn't enough, but unfortunately at the store you can only buy this in SPF 15. I think if you want the SPF 31, you have to order it online, and I'd rather go to the store. This leaves a white cast for sure. I know Kelly Gooch hates it, and I think some other people dislike it as well, but I didn't have an issue with the white cast personally. So I actually quite like this sunscreen, and I think that I would buy it again, especially because it is so affordable. I know that they were purchased recently by Estee Lauder, which is not great, but in terms of affordable sunscreens that are ethical, you can't really get better than that. I cut it open as well. And then the other one, this is the Squalene Cleanser. I like this. I didn't love this. I think I would use it again if I traded for it on Buns, but I don't think that I would purchase this outright. The ones that I like more are the Body Shop Tea Tree Oil and also the e.l.f. Can't remember what that one is called. Sarah Rose loves that one. So yeah, this was good, not great. I do really like The Ordinary, but I don't feel like super strongly about anything that I bought from them. Next, let's move on to body care. So this is a body spray from The Body Shop. This is Peach, and this is one of those things that I just had for so long that I just wanted to get rid of it. So I would just spray this on myself every day. Don't have super strong feelings about it. I don't think I will buy any more body sprays. I would just rather use perfume. So just happy to get rid of that. I have moved on to the next body spray in my collection, slowly working through them all. This is a deodorant. This is the Soft and Dry Classic Gel Sweet Blush Antiperspirant Deodorant. This really smelled like baby powder to me, which was not great. I didn't even intend to get this. I think I was like at my parents' place one weekend. I realized that I was out of deodorant. My mom was like, oh, I have a bunch of random ones, just take this one. So I did. I worked through it pretty quickly, but I would not repurchase it. It's kind of weird because it was a gel. Like, it's just different than most deodorants, and I'm sure this is not cruelty free. It smells like baby powder. So it did the job, but I would not repurchase this. I don't know if I've ever seen this brand anywhere else as well, so that's a little strange. Okay, and then the last category is hair. I just have a couple of hair products. This first one is a shampoo from The Body Shop. It's just a mini. This is another thing that I kind of stole from my hair partner. He got a gift that had a bunch of minis. The face wash, I commandeered. Is that the word? I just took it over. I absolutely love the face wash and I repurchased it, and I will probably have to do that again soon because I'm running out of it, or I'll find it on Buns. This was the shampoo. I thought that this was just fine. Nothing special to comment on. And then I've got a couple of dry shampoos. So one is empty and one is actually still full. Neither of these are cruelty free, but I've had them for so long, and Herbal Essences is actually my favorite brand for dry shampoo. Like, it is cheaper, but I also find it just works better for my hair. This one leaves a white cast, like it has white powder, and this one just absorbs way better. So I really love Herbal Essences dry shampoos, and they're pretty cheap. This one, I have used Batiste dry shampoos in the past, but for some reason this one just didn't work at all. Like, I would spray it on my hair and it would make absolutely no difference. Like, my hair would still look just as greasy. And it says 2-in-1 shampoo, invisible dry shampoo and conditioner, cocoa and cashmere. So that makes me think that maybe it's a darker color, or it's a different formula, and so it didn't work as well. So I'm actually going to try to spray this on my hand. I hope that's not bad for you. Interesting. There's no color. I thought that maybe it was brown. Are you supposed to spray this on yourself? I don't know. So that's weird. Just for some reason, this just didn't work on me. So I will be passing this on to someone else who uses dry shampoo. Interestingly, yesterday when I was thinking about filming this video, I was like, oh, I don't actually have that much stuff. But I was kind of excited because I was like, maybe that means I can talk about each product a little bit longer, because it's kind of like speed declutters or speed empties, if that makes sense. But I actually did have a lot of stuff. They just mostly weren't makeup empties. which is fine. Still getting things out of my collection. I do prefer to have finished products rather than to just declutter them, because that's sort of offloading that potential waste on another person. But I'm hopeful that all of these products will still be able to find a new home and will get used up eventually. So that is it for the products, but at the end of every video I talk about a book or movie that I've been watching lately or reading lately. And today I wanted to talk about this book called Johnny Appleseed, which I read for my book club. It is about a character named Johnny who is an Indigenous Two-Spirit individual. And this actually coincided really nicely with the Day of Truth and Reconciliation here in Canada. This was the first day of that holiday this year, and so not everyone got it off, but a lot of workplaces did get it off. And I'm not going to get too much into why that day came about, but it was very necessary, especially this year. So we didn't plan it that way, but it actually worked out really nicely. I do try to read a lot of literature by Indigenous peoples, but I don't think I had read one by someone who is queer and Indigenous before, so that had a really unique perspective. I actually thought it was a memoir. It was written that well, like it seemed so personal and honest. It seemed so real. Like it wasn't until book club when we were talking about the book that I was like, wait, this is a novel? Like, how did I not even realize? Because even on the cover it says a novel, but somehow I missed that. Super, super well written. It is kind of challenging, you know, take that into consideration when thinking about if it would be a good book for you, but it is a Canadian book and it did really, really well here, so that was amazing to hear. And if you were looking to read more literature by Indigenous individuals, I would definitely recommend that one. I was actually surprised by how much I liked it. A lot of our book club books, because I don't choose them, you know, I wouldn't choose I wouldn't choose to read them myself if it wasn't part of book club, and so I end up not really liking them. But this one I actually really, really enjoyed. I thought it was very well written, so I wanted to recommend that today, especially in light of the recent Day of Truth and Reconciliation here in Canada, and as we continue to recognize how much we as white people, as settlers, still need to learn. So that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like this video if you did, and I will talk to you next time. Bye bye!